Yep. That was a pain in the ass.
Yep.
Oh man. So
Cheers to that.
yeah, that was way more effort than it used to be to play that stupid clip. So Restream, which is the software that we use for our live streaming, changed things around, and I can't just like I used to be able to just upload a clip and then be able to play the clip, and it would automatically mute our microphones and like override the screen and play the video.
Yeah.
They got rid of that. Why? I don't know. I used the crap out of it. It was great. So now I had to do this other thing that's up in this other menu and play the video manually, but it still allows our microphones to be active
Yep.
and then when it's done, it doesn't just go away. I have to click on the other thing to get rid. Whoever I appreciate software innovation, but sometimes I feel like the software
Yeah.
people innovating aren't using the software.
Oh, absolutely not.
So they just think, "Oh, I have this great idea. I'm gonna make it all better." And it's like, but you don't use it, so you don't know what's really better.
Yeah, like the picture-in-picture mode would be great for wrenching on a car, but for an intro video, it's terrible. Like this
Yeah.
is, yeah. Oh well.
Thanks, Restream. I am really close to not paying you again because you're almost $500 a year.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So, hello everyone. It's Thursday, and I am drinking wine because I need it this week.
Heck yeah.
This has been a hell of a week. Today's been a hell of a day.
Hmm.
For those of you who were joining us last week and I was bitching about my taxes, today I got to go to the tax office and argue my taxes.
Yeah, how'd
And
that go? Obviously, if you're drinking wine, it went swimming.
I mean, I did okay, but I didn't get what I wanted.
Okay.
And I went in there with the expectation of I'm not going to get the number I want, so I feel okay.
Good.
But it wasn't okay. So it was really weird. It was kind of surreal because they have way more data than you think. Like they had pictures of the building before we bought it. They had pictures of the building after we bought it. They had pictures of the building after we modified it.
Oh wow.
They had way more stuff than you would have thought. Like someone's been creeping, taking pictures, right? I have a feeling that the government, like when they see a property for sale, they start taking pictures, man.
Oh, I'm sure they do, and I know insurance companies do because
Yeah, they must have.
I've had agents pull up stuff on previous houses where it's like the listing photos from when I bought the house. And I was like, how do you have this? Like,
Well, they had the listing photos, which was funny because when we went through it, she went to the bathroom. She's like, "Oh look, that's like the only room that's actually nice."
oh my God.
So, all right, so they had all of that, so I couldn't like lie and be like, "Oh, we totally didn't do anything." It's like they knew we did a lot, right?
Yeah.
So I gave them my settlement statement, so they knew exactly what I paid for it. Which I guess I don't really care if you guys know. I paid $575,000 for that property. So, like, which
Yeah.
I thought was pretty reasonable.
For a metal building with an acre and in Austin metro area. Yeah.
Right, not bad. So, we've put between probably around, let's just say $250,000 into the building, right? Into the actual building itself, not just other shit. Um, so like I was targeting somewhere in the 800s because that's basically what we have in the property. Now, realistically, it's worth more than that because of we did a lot of the work ourselves, right? So factor in the fact that we got free, free labor. Let's say it's worth 900. That was kind of like I wanted upper eights or super low nines. That was my goal.
Okay.
And it was valued at 1.25 million, which was laughable because we're like, no, man, it's not worth that much. No one's gonna buy it for that much is the problem,
Yeah.
right? And it's
Yeah.
supposed to be market value. So, um, the first thing is they screwed up and they actually oversized the building.
Oh, cool.
So they had it listed at 5,600 and something square feet, and I'm like, no, it's not that big. So she was like, oh, it's not. I'm like, no, it's 110 feet by 40 feet, and they had it as like 128 feet, so it's
Ooh.
18 feet longer. And so she re-verified the numbers. Like it was kind of cool. She had the software where she could pull up like a satellite photo, drag a line across it, and it would show you the distance.
Crazy.
And so I was like, it's 110 feet wide, and she does the line, and it comes out like 109.68 feet or something like that. I'm like, see, it's 110 feet wide. And then she does the other distance, and it's like comes up at like 40 point something feet. I'm like, see, 40 feet. So I'm not lying here. So, and then the upper mezzanine, as they called it, was also considered square footage that they count towards the property. So the actual square footage is like 5,100 square feet, like plus or minus like, 10, 20 square feet. So that reduced it a decent amount. They said the asphalt was worth $120,000.
Yes.
I cracked up and I'm like, I actually gave them the receipts. I'm like, here's my receipt for the asphalt. I paid $15,000 for it.
Yeah.
And they weren't going to give me 15 on the valuation of the asphalt. And I knew
Still
that.
improve the property. Yeah.
Right. And she's like, well, let's, she's like, we could both agree that it's worth more than that because it increases the value of the property. I'm like, fine, but it's not worth $120,000 because if it is, I will asphalt the entire property and have it be worth like $7 million. And she kind of laughed at that. She's like, okay, you're right. So,
Yeah. I'll be
so
rich.
I will pave that entire bitch if it's worth that much to the. So they reduced it anyway. After going back and forth, they had it down to 1.15 million. So they took off about 100,000.
Okay.
I'm like, this is still absurd. And so finally she goes, tell you what, if we just call it $1 million, will you be happy? And and by the way, they pulled up like comps and stuff, which based on the classification of the building, we were like right within the same dollar per square foot as every other property. And every other property she showed me was like a piece of it was terrible. It was a piece of crap.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, like it's really hard to argue when they have pictures of our building and it looks really nice and the inside looks really nice and here's this other crap, like, and I'm like, oh crap.
Yeah.
And we're like right in the middle of that range of those other buildings which are crap, so you kind of can't argue it.
Yeah, but you're not storing hay, you're selling Ferraris. There's a difference.
Well,
It has to look nice.
These other properties were all car shops,
Oh, they were? Okay.
so it's just I was like, oh man.
Uh,
So I was like, well, all right, I'll take the million. We'll call it $1 million, be done with it. I don't have to, that way I don't have to actually go in front of like the formal hearing or whatever. And
yep.
so there you go. So I got it reduced like $250,000, which
Still pretty awesome.
substantial. That's
Yeah.
not bad. That was a morning well spent because that probably saved me like what, like $7,000 or $8,000 in taxes.
Oh, easy.
I'll take
yeah.
it. I'll
Yeah.
take it.
God.
It still means we're gonna have like a $20-something thousand tax bill. And so that's been Josh and I this entire week. Our every day we go to the shop and we're like, how do companies survive? Because I'm not seeing it.
Yeah, it. I don't know either. It's ridiculous.
I feel like it's like the system's set up that you have to cheat.
Yeah,
Because if you play by the rules, you can't win. Like we're paying our taxes. We're doing everything right. We're being honest. We're transparent. We're being like good people. Not just like running a business properly, but like being good. And oh no, that no.
yep,
How dare you?
yep.
Thank you, Hugh.
Aw,
I'll take it. Hey, you know
heck
what?
yeah.
So, I got a great story for you guys.
Uh oh.
This one's gonna be okay. Oh, before I get into the story, real quick, we're hiring. We're hiring.
Yay.
100%. We need someone to help us with the parts website. So if first of all, if you've done any WooCommerce stuff, you're kind of a shoe in. Especially if you're seeing this, because then that means you're a gearhead and you like WooCommerce, then that's great. But if you happen to know someone who is familiar with using WooCommerce, or even if they're just a WordPress person, they probably can figure out WooCommerce. It's not that complicated. But what we're going to do is we can't afford to pay someone a salary, so we want to do a profit share. Like basically, we're going to take the net profit of the parts business and give you a cut of it.
Nice.
So however hard you want to work is however
Could
much
be-
money you can make.
Yeah, it could be very lucrative.
I mean, I'll tell you straight up. A couple years ago, we pulled in over $850,000 in revenue on the parts business. So it is entirely possible that we can get that business to be over $1 million a year. So yeah,
Nice.
someone could make some money with us, and obviously, if they want to participate in more than that, we would love that. But we need someone to definitely take over the parts business because we don't have time, and it's been suffering because of that. So I need someone to just run with it and make it good, and we can all make money. So, cheers to that.
Yeah, I'll drink to that.
Mm-hmm. I like this. Now that the stub is rocking, are you thankful to the people that blocked your garage build in the backyard? I don't know if I'm thankful, but it was serendipitous. Like the timing, funny enough, right as they declined the property, or the garage build, was when I saw the stub property come up for sale. It was like, and to be clear, I had been wanting to do a property instead of the garage the whole time.
Yeah, I mean, you talked about that
Oh
when I
God,
was moving into town. You were talking about that. You guys
yeah,
had a meeting at the Howard. Like,
yeah. We've
yeah,
been trying to buy a property for over 2 years prior to buying the stub. Like we couldn't find something. We made bids. We bid on multiple different properties. We looked at tons of properties. I mean, it was just we couldn't find the right one for us. So the garage was like a temporary desperation. Like I need some place to store cars while we find a property was kind of the goal. And it's like, oh well, in the meantime, it'll make my house value go up. Great,
yep.
and I can shove some cars in there. It was like not ideal. So yes, I'm happy that it didn't happen because the timing was perfect for us finding the stub. So there you go. Where were we? Oh, also, before we get into the whole story, I got barbecue. We're doing a barbecue
Yeah.
May 11th. This gentleman is going to be making all sorts of good food. It's $20, so it's not free, and that's because he's making a ton of food.
Yeah.
So
We got to pay for that.
we gotta pay for the food.
Yeah.
So $20. You can go sign up and RSVP at ngsc.me/bbq. I should probably put that up there.
Yeah. Yeah. Rain or shine.
Yeah, it's rain or shine. Hold on, I'm gonna put this up on the screen. There you go. Go to that, pay your $20, sign up, join us, rain or shine. We're gonna be having barbecue.
Did you cap it?
Yeah, I capped 20 parking spots plus an additional 20 people, so 40 people total. 20 parking spots. I probably could honestly, we could probably do more if people are driving normal cars, but I just 20 cars because you might feel motivated to bring your Ferrari or Porsche or sports car or whatever. We'd love to see it if you got a
Heck
cool
yeah.
car. If you bring like a normal car, or especially if you bring a truck, park in the grass. If you bring a sports car, park in the pavement. We'll try and cram people in so that they
Yeah.
all fit.
It's confirmed a Dodge Challenger. What'd you have? What was the cop car? Can go through the grass, but it
Oh yeah,
bottoms out a couple times.
yeah, we can fit lots of cars in the grass. Yeah, yeah. I
You
drove,
don't care.
dude. I purposely drove that sucker over some of those cinder blocks and everything. It was like bam. Yeah, Kevin was the first one to show up. Thank you, Kevin.
Nice.
We should give you something because of that. I don't know what, but we'll give you something because we can. Can I sleep at the stub? It's a tough question.
That is a tough question.
Maybe. The problem you've been around for a long time, so I feel like I could trust you, but I've never met you. So there's like that gap.
Yeah, and you are Canadian.
Yeah, Canadians are sneaky little bastards. What if the temple dude shows up? Well, then he better pay me $20 for some barbecue.
Yeah, he's not gonna want beef anyway. It's okay.
It's true. Will the cats steal my soul? I have, dude. Based on what we see them do in the cameras at night, I have no idea. Actually, so they've been Dino especially has been going out of the shop a lot. Josh was driving home last night and he's like, "Oh, I saw Dino like at the house, the next house, which is
Oh wow.
a quarter mile away." So he had run down that far.
Dang. All right.
So okay, like cat's getting out, getting around. What if somebody passes out? Well, they better get an Uber.
Yeah, and it's gonna be expensive from out there.
Seriously though, if you're gonna drink, you probably want to arrange driving, or not driving, but a ride. Yeah,
Yeah.
because we're kind of out there. Getting Ubers is a little tricky. I've been there and I've gotten Ubers, and I've been there and I called an Uber and I waited 30 minutes and no one showed up. So there is a rideshare service local to Liberty Hill that I bet if we had enough people that wanted it, we could probably make some arrangement with them. But unlike our grand opening, I'm not paying for all this because this is just a like
Yeah.
this is friends coming out to hang out. So you're on your own. This is like this is
Yeah.
This
This
is a
is just
friend-
doing Texas stuff. Yeah.
yeah, this is just hanging out and having barbecue and looking at cars. It's not like a official event. So I don't want to fork the bill for it. And plus, honestly, right now, considering we've sold only one car this month, yeah, I'm not paying for shit
Yeah.
because I don't have a bunch of money. Yeah, you can get an Uber to Cedar Park for sure.
Yeah.
That's not Cedar Park is pretty close to Liberty Hill. So like on the scale of like closeness, it's like Liberty Hill, Leander, Cedar Park, Austin.
Yep.
And then Liberty Hill, Georgetown, Round Rock, Pflugerville, Austin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, $20 covers our costs. We're not trying to make money.
Yeah. And
We just want to
Yeah, we're
not
just having
pay
fun.
for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Closest hotel. Good question. I don't know. Actually, there is. I found out there is a like an old B&B that's like only like 2 miles away.
oh, that's cool. That's stumbling distance.
It is. I mean, if someone were to stay there, we could probably someone who's sober could probably drop them off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll sleep at the stub. I mean, if we get a ton of people who are like, "Look, I want to get Blammo," and then just pass out the stub, maybe we could arrange that and
Extra
be like,
$20.
Bring a sleeping bag, and you're gonna sleep on some hard
Oh yeah. That
It's-
floor would be brutal.
cement. or maybe bring a cot. I don't know if you got like camping gear. River Ranch Inn. That sounds like maybe that's what it was. I'll have to pull up the maps real quick. Let me pull up here. What would you say? River Ranch. River Ranch Inn. Let's see. Yes, the River Ranch Inn is probably the closest place that you can sleep.
Oh dang, that's fancy.
Yeah, it looked really cool. Oh, the barbecue is May 11th, and it's $20. So, and to sign up, here we go. Here's the sign up: ngsc.me/barbecue. And the $20 is just to cover our costs because Tyler's making a ton of barbecue. Oh, here's Josh.
Briskets ain't cheap.
Yo,
What up?
can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, VRBO the stub.
I thought about that actually.
If someone wants to sleep in a tent on the property, you are welcome to do that. I don't know about sleeping inside the building. That makes me a little nervous because then I gotta worry about the alarm system and the cats and the whatever, and we have
The
cars,
liability.
insurance, the liability. Yeah. Isn't it sad that that's the world we live in now? Honestly, I'm in a post awareness age because I've already been sued. We've already had so many scammers. We've already had so much bullshit that now I'm like, nah, man, like people suck.
Yeah.
Yep.
Closest strip club asking for heat.
If there's any out by us, they're probably not good.
Yeah, you don't want to go there.
You don't want to go there.
They charge by the number of teeth that the girl has.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So you want the $20 girl,
Yeah.
not the $4 girl.
Oh no.
Any funny, stupid, wacky offers on the GT40? So, you know what's funny is I got a lot of BS offers, but that car, more than any car I've ever listed, I've had a ton of people just complimenting the car, which is weird. They're just like, beautiful car, love the car, all that sort of stuff. But yeah.
I'm drinking Glenlivet Caribbean Reserve.
Ooh.
Actually, my favorite Scotch is Scotch that's finished in a rum cask, and this is a pretty good one that's not too expensive.
Yep.
Man. All right. So, yes, barbecue, May 11th. Go to ngsc.me/bbq. Sign up, only $20, and that covers costs. 20-ish parking spots, 20 more individuals to come. If you're gonna get blotto, talk to us. We're cool with you getting drunk. I'm cool with that. It's just I don't want you drinking and driving because, again, lawsuits.
Yeah.
Isn't it suck?
I mean, do we have to do BYOB then? Because if we give them beer and they go wreck their car, then it sucks that we have to think about all this, but damn it.
Maybe they should bring like one beer, and that way they've at least contributed to the alcohol, and then we can say, look, they brought alcohol. No, whatever. You know what? Oh,
I would love to give everyone free beer, but
Yeah.
we could have them sign a waiver.
There you go. Of course,
Yeah.
that doesn't stop a lawsuit. But
It doesn't, but I mean, at least they signed a waiver, and that's going to be Exhibit A when their lawsuit comes in.
oh, we gotta, Dan, we should have like 2 or 3 beers each and walk over to the temple and invite him.
yes, live stream it.
I'm talking like 6 or 8 beers. I want to be drunk and invite him. Because then the communication barrier, I'm going to think I understand everything he's saying, and now he's not going to understand anything I'm saying.
Yes.
It's going to flip the tables, man.
I love it.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. God, you guys aren't helping my like fears of liability. Whoa, that was loud.
Yeah. Oh, he dropped his headphones.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like people are saying waivers aren't good. They're saying don't do BYOB. So it's like you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't.
I mean, what do you
Yeah.
do? I guess if you have a house party and people drink at your house party, are you liable? I guess maybe.
I mean, the way things are now, you can sue anybody for anything.
Apparently.
So yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
if there was a cooler of beer on the opposite side of the road that someone just happened to walk over to and grab someone, bring them on your property, that couldn't be your fault,
Or maybe we just don't say anything about the beer, and if people just steal our beer,
right?
we'd be like, we don't know what happened. People stole our beer.
Yeah, I like that.
Our
yeah.
fridge was full and now it's empty.
Yeah, I did not give
Don't know what
anyone
happened.
authorization to.
That's
drink.
true. Letty's said you're not serving them if they're pulling their own, so that takes away some.
Well, we're
liability.
definitely not serving beer, and it's not part of your $20. The $20 goes towards the barbecue.
Yeah. Yeah, you're paying for food, not anything else. Well,
I hate modern society.
What?
right.
Why can't it just be like people are just
A violin.
not pieces of crap?
Oh.
Well, we'll probably have a waiver. Honestly, we'll probably have to have a waiver. This is the sad thing. Is like, there was a guy who's a fan of the channel who reached out to us. He's like, hey, you know, blah blah. I've met you. I've come to your grand opening. Blah blah blah. I was wondering if maybe like you guys could have a little shop space that I could borrow. I just need to do a quick job. And I was like, no, because I'm scared of getting sued.
Yep.
I don't want to be in that place.
I would love to let someone use our lift that wants to do something, but it's just too risky for us.
It is. Even you know, like even the test drives. Like people like in a world where we didn't have to worry about anything, it's like I would love to give test drives to everyone because it's fun. Like having people experience a Ferrari for the first time is fun, but
Heck yeah.
no. I don't
Yeah.
you know, I am so scared of my insurance rates already. No.
We can't afford any more expenses like that are unnecessary.
No, if people saw how much our insurance bill was, they would understand why we require a deposit and or a signed contract before you get to test drive a car. Okay, enough of that.
Yeah,
Changing topics. Again, we're hiring. So if you
sort of.
sort of a hire, it's contract. If you happen to know WooCommerce, we'd love that. We'd love your help to run the sales side of the parts business. And of course, be a participant in some other stuff, whatever is you're wanting. We will cut you in a percentage of the net profit. So there's that. Cars. Yeah, let's talk about cars. Where are we at? Viper sold.
Yeah, that's very cool.
And actually, it was funny so we didn't really know where to price that thing, right? Because there was nothing like it on the market. Nothing like it's ever existed. It's the highest mileage ACR Extreme Gen 5 by orders of magnitude. So we're like, I don't know where to put this. So you start high because you can't start low and then go high. You have to start high. We started high and people were like, too expensive. And we're like, okay. So we dropped it like $10,000 and people were like, okay, yeah. And so we finally dropped it another $10,000 and all of a sudden the offers came rolling in. And we're like, oh, we found the sweet spot. So in one day, I got 3 offers for the exact same amount of money.
Wow.
And it was like, it's a drag race to the finish. Whoever gives me the money first wins.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so this dude shows up and he's like, I want to come see the car Sunday. I'm in town. And if everything looks right, I'm buying it on the spot. I'm like, okay. So he shows up Sunday, looks at the car. He's like, I've already got 3 Vipers. I'm a big Viper fan. He looks at the car. He's like, he doesn't even, like, he looks over it for 5 minutes. He's like, yep, this. Okay. It's mine. I want it.
Well, tell him what he's gonna do to it.
Oh yeah, this is the best part, right? He's like, so I'm like, okay, so like, how do you want me to deliver it? Whatever. He's like, oh, send it straight to Calvo. I'm like,
Of course.
oh, okay. What are you gonna do? And he's like, I want a 2,800 horsepower ride and drive a car.
Oh my god.
And I'm like, I love you.
Yeah. That's the perfect car to do that to. Holy
It
shit.
is.
Yeah.
And that's what he said. He's like, dude, I was gonna buy a regular Gen 5, but for very little more, I could buy an ACR Extreme, and it doesn't matter because I'm gonna gut the engine anyway.
Yeah. That's awesome.
So so next week we're taking it to Calvo. They're gonna make it into a 2,800 horsepower monster. And he did say when it's all done, he would take me for a ride in it. And I said,
Nice.
please, I will
Yeah.
100%. I want to do that. So I'm gonna go fly out to there. He lives in Florida, so I'm gonna fly out to Florida and take a ride in that thing. Because yes,
Heck yeah.
that's gonna be awesome.
Is it like a full engine replace or just
Oh
a
yeah.
rebuild?
Well, they use the block,
Okay, use the block.
but I
That's
think
it.
that's it.
Wow.
Like
Jeez.
new trans, crank, pistons, rods. Maybe they reuse the heads. I don't know,
I don't know, yeah. Oh,
but good on that. He's a hero, man. That's awesome.
Someone asked about my 430. It's in progress. We're waiting on parts right now.
Yep.
We had to order a bunch of little like screws and stuff that would have to be replaced when you do the clutch. And I've got a table full of parts: fuel pumps, the conversion kit,
Clutch.
clutch.
Bearings.
We have full exhaust coming for it.
nice.
We got engine mounts, a bunch of stuff. So
Drive shafts.
I mean, the car is going to be brand new when we're
Yeah,
done with
jeez.
it.
I didn't know you had to do drive shafts too. Jeez.
Well,
Not drive shafts, CV,
the
CV.
boot.
Oh.
CVs. The CV boots blew.
Okay, yeah.
Well, they're not blown, but they're swollen.
Yeah,
So the
That's
rubber
what I
is
do.
starting
they're
to
that close
break
to being blown.
Yeah, so we're just going to do them.
Yeah, if it's already apart, might as well.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, so we got that going on. The 308, I drove to the FCA event this last weekend on Saturday, and so it was the first time that car's probably been driven, really driven, in God knows how long. So I get to the event and I notice that there is an exhaust leak, and I'm like, God damn it,
Yep.
like, which I was happy though, because I'm like, well, thankfully it happened to me and not the buyer, because the first time they would have driven that car, it would have popped a valve, exhaust leak, whatever. So we had to fix the exhaust leak, and then we're looking around, we're like, that seems like a lot of oil and grease all over. Something's not right. Look around with the flashlight, the CV boot tore in half.
Oh,
So we got to order a new CV boot for that car.
yep.
It's like, damn it.
Never ends, right?
Old car, old Ferrari, right? So I've already replaced the tail light on it. We're going to do an oil change. Oh, anyone know what okay. Who can guess what the oil capacity and the oil viscosity is for a Ferrari
jeez.
308 without Googling it?
Yeah. It's got to be crazy high for the age, like the weight.
Oh yeah, the weights. I've never heard of any car taking this weight before.
Dang. Like gear oil?
Almost.
Mm,
Almost.
Almost. Yeah, it's the tolerances must be pretty loose on this thing. I got 2050, 2050, two 2050s. That's actually what the 599 and some of the other V12s take, is 20W50. Why did we not convert the black 430? I am curious. Because we don't have a kit. Simple as that.
and that car is nice enough to where it doesn't. I mean,
It's
somebody's
almost-
going to enjoy it. Someone will enjoy it without the conversion.
for a 20,000 mile car. It's in exceptional condition.
It's a good spec too.
Yeah. The only thing that was wrong with it, which was not disclosed when we bought it, was the AC was dead.
Mm.
So I fixed the AC just the other day. Video on that soon. I got to edit it still. 1550. You got it.
All right.
15W50.
That was a really delayed response. I'm sure it was Googled.
Probably Googled.
Well, it's
All
Facebook
right.
too. It could just be
No
a
one,
delay.
no one guessed how many liters of oil it takes either. Someone got specific. 9 quarts, 10W60. That's a pretty good guess.
Yeah. That Richards Jag takes 10W60. That's what we found on the
Really?
Yeah, it's like holy cow.
That's like gear oil.
Yeah.
I mean, like BMW M5s, M3s, they take 1060.
Jeez.
God.
Yeah.
Got 9
I
liters.
forget what
5
other
liters.
Mercedes took 1060. There's a bunch of high performance engines that take 1060.
Well, 9 liters. Oh, he had one. You cheater. I thought I had done the 308 video, but I haven't finished it yet. I actually still am editing it, which was the video I was telling you about, Tyler.
Okay.
It takes 11
Holy
liters
cow.
of
Jeez.
10W or 15W.
And it's only a 2.9 liter engine.
right.
Yeah, what does it do with all that?
I leak it out.
Oh, this is
Burn it.
cool. I wonder, is this true?
Yeah.
600.
Is that just
Is that
Burn
like
grease?
just like tree sap or something?
yeah.
It's maple syrup.
Oh man.
Oh lordy, that's crazy. Yeah. Well, anyway, we're gonna be doing that on the 308, so that we'll film all of that. We pulled off the PPF and the Scud,
Ooh.
so I got a video on that. We actually did it ourselves. It
Okay.
sucked. That was not fun. What else is going up? We have a red 430 that we haven't shown anything that we originally bought to convert because the owner was like, "Oh, it's the F1 system's messed up." But excuse me, burped. I don't think it's actually that messed up. I think
I think it's just the accumulator is bad.
accumulator and the pump.
Yeah.
So
Which we have a box full of them, so we're gonna
Yeah, I was
swap
gonna
it
say,
out. And...
right.
You've got all sorts of parts now.
Yeah, we can scavenge
Yeah.
those. So we're gonna probably like get it sorted as an F1 if someone wants it as an F1, because the problem right now is we're still in this weird like we can't get kits right now. Like if I had a pile of kits, I'd be converting everything, but we don't have the kits, so yeah. How many liters of oil in the 430? It's 10.5. And yeah, that was the crazy part. We removed the PPF on the Scud and 0 paint came with it.
Nice.
It was awesome. Okay, now that we have a good crowd and we've telling some, I think it's story time.
Uh-oh. We need some more likes first, though.
Oh, what are we at?
I don't know. Mike says 7, but that can't be.
7.
There's 157 people and only 7 likes.
That's what YouTube said, but YouTube never is right.
I mean, it's
Let me
always
see what
funny.
it says.
I can refresh.
I don't have it open today because I think when I run it dual screen, it slows down my thing.
39 now. Okay.
39.
It's still not good.
That's some bull. All right. Well, we have a hell of a story. I'm gonna be kind of soft in how I tell a story because we like this person and we're not trying to poo on the person.
Uh-oh.
So
Leave out what car it is and leave out the details. You can just tell the story.
Okay. So someone reached out to us and was like, "Hey, fan of the channel, I want to buy one of your Ferraris." Okay, cool. So we start chatting and they're like, "Yeah, I would love to buy your Ferrari. I'm just waiting for some money to come into my account. Once it does, I'm going to buy this Ferrari." Then a few days go by and they're like, "You know what? I actually want to buy 2 of your Ferraris." Which is usually like so far,
Yeah.
0% of the people who have said they wanted to buy 2 of our Ferraris have bought 2 of our Ferraris. So anytime that happens, you're like, okay, okay. Anyway, so some time goes by, and I'm still communicating with this person, and they're like, "Hey, I'm gonna come into a ton of money very soon. It's supposed to hit my account. Let's make this happen. Blah blah blah. If you need a deposit, I'll give you a deposit. All that stuff." Okay.
And when he says a ton of money, we're talking like an amount that is unrealistic.
Well,
somebody
at first he wasn't telling us that.
Okay, yeah, that's right.
So we're like, okay, so we draft up stuff to do deposits and whatever, and we do some paperwork, and we send him the paperwork, and then he starts like talking to us, and that's when he starts telling us like, oh, I'm getting these sums of money deposited to my account at the end of the week, and I'm like, I mean, those are incredible amounts of money. Like, I've met people who have that kind of money, and I'm not trying to be an asshole here, but I don't think you have that kind of money. Right? So it starts throwing up some red flags, but he doesn't explain how this money, he just says it's coming into my account. So whatever, like, it could be true. We don't know. So like a week goes by and there's no action. We're like, hey, what's going on? Are you going to pay this deposit? Because we have, at this point now, we have 2 other offers on one of the cars. And so I don't want to like screw this guy, but at the same time, I got to do what I got to do for the business, right? So he's like, oh, I'll pay the deposit, blah, blah, blah. So he ends up paying the deposit on one of the 2 cars, but one, not both, which was kind of strange. It's like, okay, you want both cars, but you only pay one deposit. And then he starts telling us about how he's getting this money. And it immediately is like, this doesn't sound right.
Well, I knew immediately when he said one thing in one of the emails, and I was like, oh, we're not selling him these cars.
Yeah, we're like, okay, something's up. Then he also makes this tangent onto some other monetary scheme of how he's going to get paid out this astronomically large sum of money and how we need to get in on it because this is important, right?
Oh, no.
And immediately I'm like, oh, damn it. He's being scammed.
Yep.
So I Google the stuff he's talking about, and sure enough, it's on the federal government's website that this is a scam. And I'm like, oh no. I'm like, oh, what do we do? So first of all, obviously we're not getting, like, this guy's not buying these cars. He's just, there's no way it's going to happen. Like this, and so this was like one of those, like, what do you do as a good human being, not as a good business owner, right? Because as a business owner, I want to be an asshole and keep the deposit because he signed the paperwork and he sent us the deposit. But obviously we're not going to keep the deposit because this person is being scammed.
Yeah.
And I'm currently of the opinion that I'm not sure they're totally cognizant of their situation, right? Due to extraneous factors of being alive. I'm just gonna put it that way. I don't want to, you know.
Well, I don't know if you mentioned it, but the dude is older. He's like pretty old. So
trying to say without getting there.
Yeah.
So I talked to Meg and I sent Meg a message and I explained what was going on, and she's like, you have to call Adult Protective Services.
Oh. And
I'm like, yeah, I think you're right.
And he's in another state across the country.
But they still, so
right.
She dug up the contact information for Adult Protective Services in the county he lives in. Because the good news is we have all of his information because he was trying to buy a car.
Yeah, right.
So I have his driver's license. I have his personal information. So, okay. So I contacted Adult Protective Services and I explained what was going on. And it was interesting because, like, what's your relation to this person? I'm like, well, you see, I'm a car dealership. They're like, what? I'm like, he wants to buy 2 Ferraris. I'm like, okay. And I'm like, just give me a second. Here's this scam that's going on. And when I explain the scam to them, they go, Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's not good. And I'm like,
Oh,
I
man.
asked him one simple question. I said, how much of your money do you have tied up in this? And he said, I've put all of my life savings into
Mm.
it. And I was like, oh my God.
That's sad to hear.
And
That's
Yeah.
that
gross.
it makes me want to like find these people and like kill them because they like this person worked their entire life and some piece of shit has probably taken their entire life savings away.
Yeah.
So anyway, the good news is I feel like Adult Protective Services is actually going to do something about this and help
Good.
that guy.
Yeah.
Because I straight up told him you're being scammed. Like this is a scam, and you know the problem is he's drinking the Kool-Aid. Right? He doesn't believe me. He doesn't like anything I say is irrelevant.
Yeah. Reach out to Jim Browning. He's the YouTuber that does all the anti-scammer stuff.
Oh,
You might, I don't know. He like looks into this shit and like shuts these groups down. It's kind of, they're fun to watch, but
yeah. Oh, they're very interesting, but it sucks
Yeah.
when it's someone that like. So like it was really weird because as a business owner, I'm pissed off and frustrated because here's this person that wasted weeks of our time. We pulled the car off market because we had a deposit, all this stuff, all because some poor guy is being scammed.
yeah.
And so it's like I can't like fault him, you know, like I don't blame him, but I'm pissed because some scammer indirectly has screwed my business and cost me money and time, and I'm
Mhm.
pissed about that. So age range of the person is
He was. I was going to say he was born not that long after World War II ended.
yeah,
How about that?
he's he's slightly younger than my parents. So
Fair enough.
that you're right. There's no laws about being gullible, but someone needs to stop him before he keeps sending the money,
Yeah.
right? Because anyway, so we well, you know, we first tried to go on like Facebook and whatever and try and contact family and stuff, and got nowhere. So I felt like I had to contact Protective Services because I'm like,
Yep. No, that was a good idea Meg had. Like,
yeah, yeah.
And
That's why
I tried to find like friends or relatives on Facebook of this dude, and I messaged a ton of people, and nobody responded to me because they probably think I'm a scammer.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
Honestly, it's
I
tough.
just wanted to get a hold of one person and say, hey, go talk to Bill. Oh, sorry, I said his name. Go talk to this guy, and like someone's got to talk to him and talk him out of this because he believes all of this stuff is true.
Well, and
He
like
needs
he was
somebody
trying
that
to
he knows.
and like it's really sad because he's like I watch your YouTube channel. I want you guys to succeed. So you know, like I'm gonna give you a tip on this, how to make all this money. And he tells us this tip, and we're like, oh, dude, no,
Yep.
like this isn't real. Like, oh man, like it's so depressing because you're like, damn, what do you? And like you want to like that's the thing. We're in this weird position. Like, how do you help him? Like, you can't. Like, I tried telling him it's a scam, and he's like, oh no, it's real. And you know, like I have text messages and emails from him that are pages and pages long of him justifying his actions, and I'm just like, oh man, like, dude, he's basically in that age range, yes. And so
Yep.
Anyways, let's move on.
Yeah.
well, I had to tell it because I want to do a video on it once it concludes.
Yeah.
Like obviously I'm not going to go into his personal details, but I want to do it because I want people to like be aware of this is a scam and this is how they do it and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and scammers do target older people a lot, unfortunately. And I feel like that's the thing is like we're in this position where we see so many scams that we're always on high alert.
Oh yeah.
Like I've probably ruined good deals because I thought it was a scam because they were being a little bit weird, which I'm fine with because we get so many scams that we have to be super protective. you man. So strip clubs. Yeah.
I like it.
Oh man. Anyway, I need to get more wine after that.
Yeah, after that,
I'll be right
you're
back.
out.
I'm out of wine.
Yeah, let's change the subject now because that's depressing to talk
Yeah,
about.
no kidding. Jeez.
It's not looking good for that dude. It's not. He genuinely believes everything he was telling us.
Mm.
So there's no talking him out of it.
Yep. It's always hard being on the opposite end of that. But-
Yeah. I mean, I just picture if it was my grandparents, you know, and someone was trying to do that to them, I'd. It would not be pretty.
Oh, I would find them.
I would spend whatever it took to figure out who they were.
Yeah, if someone did that to my parents, I would find them and they would
Yeah.
no longer exist, and I would have that money back. Straight up, you better run, motherfucker. I will spend all of my money to find you and kill you.
Yep.
And if he's doing it to this guy, he's probably doing it to a ton of other people too.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
Easily.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's crazy. Oh God, watches.
Watches. Let's talk watches. I'm gonna delete Dan off of here for a minute.
No. Oh God.
And Hugh,
I
we're
thought
not
about-
talking of. There is plenty of substitutes. Hugh,
One of these days, I'm just gonna wear my only watch,
Yes, you should.
you should.
just to. And
I'll lend you a watch to wear. How about that?
no, I have a watch. It's crap, but I have a watch. I've only worn it like twice. And every time it drove me nuts because it's like, what is this heavy ass thing that's on my wrist annoying me?
Yep.
See, if I don't have a watch now, I feel weird. My wrist feels lighter.
Yeah. Would I
Compensating.
ever wear a basic Rolex sub? No.
Yeah,
Sure, I'll wear it for about 3 minutes if it's someone else's. Oh.
oh,
Yeah, that is a good topic.
I think
Tease that.
I don't want to talk about that.
you don't. I
I'm-
thought it was funny.
I just, I saw him and he was.
Can I tell the story? Or you
Go
wanna
ahead.
tell?
No, go ahead. It's
All right.
not that. It's not that.
It's not. It wasn't that big a deal, but Josh said what needed to be said.
Good.
So we walked in, and here's Art in the shop, and we're like, we're just grabbing the California. And he walks up to the California. He's like, I need to get my tools out of it, and because there's like some wrenches and shit in it. And Josh is like, and he wanted to do something to it, and Josh is like, we don't need your help, right? And it was very calm. And and Art said something like, I'm just like, I don't know, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And I don't remember exactly how, but then Art said something kind of like dismissive towards Josh. So Josh goes, you fucked a lot of people, dude.
Nice.
I said
And-
a lot more than that, and then he said, "You don't talk to me like that."
Yeah,
I said,
he's
I'll
like-
talk to you however the
Yeah.
I want.
Art goes, you don't talk to me like that. And Josh goes, I'll talk to you however the F I want. And at that point, Art's wife was in the room too. And she's like, stop yelling at him. And Josh is like, I'm not yelling at him. Because he wasn't. He was just very calmly saying, I'll say whatever the hell I want to you. And so then it kind of de-escalated because then all of a sudden
Well, I
landlord-
had some other stuff that I said, but yeah.
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 I was maybe a couple of minutes went by, and I was like, "All right, I'm done."
Yeah.
And he walked away, and
And then
yeah.
he was walking away, and then the landlord came in, so it de-escalated. And then we're just gonna take this car and be out of here.
I was kind of hoping he came at me because I would have beat his ass.
Heck yeah.
Oh man, I love it. That was awesome. You know what's my favorite is the fucking twats on Fry Chat saw that video and they gave me shit about rescuing this car.
What?
I'm serious. That's serious. This is no good deed goes unpunished, right? What can you do? What can you do?
I mean, the Ferrari
it's-
chat. It's like the same four dudes that just go back and
Yeah,
forth and
it's-
jack each other off. It's just
It's literally like the mental gymnastics these people do to think that I am the like bad person here is fascinating. Like these are the same people that in a different world would get scammed by these Nigerian princes, right? Because they're so mentally like their mental capacity is so low that it's just like, oh, I can convince myself of anything. I can convince myself that these scams are real. So
well,
anyway.
what's interesting is that they claim that we suck so bad and they hate us and blah 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 or whatever.
They
But
watch all our shit.
they still take the effort and time to watch our videos, see what we're saying. They're probably watching right now,
Yeah.
and go on Ferrari chat and post about it. And it's like, I thought you guys hated us. Why don't you just,
Yeah, if you
delete
hate
us from your
don't
life?
watch. I'll give you a clue. I tell you what. I mean, like I can almost guarantee you this conversation will end up on Ferrari chat right now. Someone's gonna bookmark this or post it or whatever. That's
Yeah.
how pathetic these people
It'll
are.
be
at
one of the
56
four,
minutes,
one of the
everyone.
4 or 5
Yeah,
guys
56
that likes to
minutes
post about us.
and-
Yeah.
I'll help you. Yeah, 56 minutes in. There you go. There's the bookmark.
Yeah, exactly. You're living rent free in their minds. Yep.
That's true. I mean, I just want to find out how to monetize something off these dumbasses.
Well, what's interesting,
Yeah.
what's funny is that we don't really check Ferrari chat, but we get messages all the time. Hey, did
Yeah.
you guys see what they said about you today? And we're like, no, and
people,
I don't really
people
care.
screenshot it and send it to me because I'm like, I've sworn off Ferrari chat. I will not check Ferrari chat. Like I've mentally blocked it from my existence, so I don't give
Well,
a shit.
it
to
sucks
exist.
because there's a lot of really good information on there, and there's also a lot of really good people on there. There's just like a select few that
Mhm.
are just trolls that can't help themselves,
There's
and
like
they kind of ruin the community and for everybody else.
yeah, yeah.
Whatever.
It's fascinating. Whatever. Yeah. That's enough about that because I don't want to spend any energy on them.
Yeah. They
Like-
had their minute, so we can move on.
Yeah, actually, exactly 1 minute. Okay,
Yeah.
moving on. Art is not in jail, as far as we know. We have rumors, no confirmed stuff that he opened up another shop in Cedar Park. I have an address. I haven't driven by it. I don't care to, honestly. My position is like I don't want to be involved with any of it. I don't be around it. I don't. Like, as far as I'm concerned, he doesn't exist.
Mhm.
You know, I think the people who got screwed should people who got criminally screwed by him should be prosecuting stuff criminally. Excuse me. I don't have a criminal case. I have a civil case, and it doesn't make any sense for me to pursue it because the lawyer fees will exceed how much I can get out of him. So there's no point.
Get rid of. I'm gonna ban this guy. He's annoying.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I already did the first account and he switched accounts.
Jesus fuck.
Dan
Yeah.
uses wrong torque specs. Yeah, maybe.
Cool.
So what?
That must be an F chatter.
There he's gone. Yeah, I don't think people understand. I will banhammer the crap out of people.
Yeah.
This is not a democracy.
There's another account too. Movie Mandango or whatever.
Well, if I see it, I'll ban it.
Yeah. I put him in a 10-minute timeout.
Oh no, just straight to ban. I don't care.
Okay.
I can always unban someone if they're actually like the time we banned Scott by accident.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that hide user on this channel? Is that ban?
There's block user on YouTube and then add to block list and restream. So I would block on YouTube and then block on restream.
See, I can't do the restream stuff. I can hide
Oh.
user on channel on YouTube, but
Okay, yeah, block on YouTube's good enough.
okay, cool.
Like, because that adds them where they. Actually, we need to block someone we know just to see what happens. I'm really curious. So, my ban list is probably about 500 people large.
Oh, I believe it. Yeah.
I don't care. Like, dude, I don't tolerate trolls or dumb shit. Like, I'm sorry. I've produced almost 3,000 videos. You're not gonna come on my channel and be an asshole. You don't
Yep.
get that right. Like,
Yep.
I work too hard for you to come up and like spout your bullshit here. So bye. Sorry.
I think that eventually he will probably do 599 and 575 at some point in the future,
Right.
but I don't think it's going to be anytime soon.
Hmm.
There's not a big enough market for it. There's limited cars out there. and there's a way more limited group of people who are willing to convert those cars. So it's just
Yeah.
I don't know if it's advantageous to try to do it.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's worth
Yeah,
it.
it's a lot of effort to produce a kit for that. That, let's say, the lifespan of it is maybe 100, maybe 200 kits.
Yeah,
'Cause
but
you got to remember, they only made like 3,000 of those cars.
true. But you still have a finite life on the amount of 430s and 360s. That
Yeah,
will
but
ever be converted.
there's 17,000 430s and like 15 or 16,000 360s.
True.
So you got like a pool of over 30,000 cars that are eligible for conversion, plus or minus a couple thousand.
Yeah.
So it's literally a 10x factor larger.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
And I don't think people that own those like people that own 430s and 360s, they don't they're like, yeah, cool, convert it, great, you know. Oh no.
What's the problem, Boo?
I left the
man.
door open after I got a wine refill,
Ah.
and so she can probably hear me.
Oh,
I'll
that's
have to
funny.
talk. I'll have to talk quieter.
There you go.
The kits are between the 360 and the 430 are slightly different, but for the most part they're identical.
There's like, I'm gonna say 5 different things maybe.
Yeah.
A couple of the bolts are different sizes. The computers are very, very different though.
Yeah, the computer stuff's different.
Mm-hmm. The boss is concerned. Is the Scud my favorite Ferrari? I don't know if it's my favorite, but it is. I'm gonna say it's in the top 3 as far as obtainable Ferraris.
Okay. Well, yeah.
We'll say the sub $500,000 Ferraris. How about that? Because
fair.
it is. I mean, the Scud versus the 458, it's tough. Like, there's certain factors of the Scud I like more than the 458, and there's certain things I like more about. Sorry, certain things I like about the Scud more than the 458. Certain things I like more about the 458 than the Scud. But the Scud is it's just such an animal. Like, it's so raw, which is so awesome about it. Yeah. Good question. Given the 812 replacement is coming, how long do you think it'll be before the 812 prices tank?
They'll probably start to go down when they announce it.
They're already going down.
Yeah, the 812's gotten cheap, in my opinion.
It's cheaper.
Well, cheaper, yeah.
It's gonna just keep coming down. I mean, all of the V12 Ferraris historically crash. There are, unless it's a mid-engine V12, right? No, I haven't seen Mad Dan in a while. I'm beginning to think we have ASMR Dan.
Oh man.
Let me tighten some bolts for you. Right.
Jeez. You could probably get some good YouTube short hits by doing stupid shit like that. But
Oh, so just so you know, I'm gonna give you a heads up.
uh-oh.
I am diving deep on the YouTube Shorts thing. So
All right.
I was talking to another YouTuber who has way more subscribers than me, but way, way less views. And I'm like, how the hell is that possible? And he's like, dude, I started doing shorts and the number of subs I got skyrocketed. So I started doing shorts, and my theory is YouTube wants to compete with like TikTok and Instagram and all that crap,
Yeah.
all the BS. Because I actually think short format videos are crap. I think it's like it's the ADD generation, right? Like it's people who can't watch a real long format video and actually learn something want to watch 15 seconds of crap. So I'm taking, and every video I produce, I'm going to make 2, 3, 4 shorts out of that as well and publish those too. So forgive me if you hate shorts. If you like them, well then rejoice, because I'm going to start doing them.
And we
just think
already
it's-
got like an extra 300 or 400 subscribers just from
Holy cow,
doing
really?
it from the
Yeah,
last couple of days.
Stupid. It's
Yeah.
stupid.
Wow. All right. Silver plaque behind Dan. Let's go.
I want to get to that 100,000. Damn it!
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be banging out shorts. I'm going through. I'm like, there's over 2,000 videos I've done. I'm gonna make a lot of shorts.
Hell yeah.
So there you go. I like shorts, not jorts. There you go. That's true. Meg is part of the ADD generation. She does
Yeah.
scroll
I
shorts
can't.
every night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate it. I can't stand it. I never watch that crap. Like, I want to watch a real video with like a full plot and a full beginning, middle, end, conclusion, wrap up, all that stuff.
I don't watch any YouTube. I spend my time on Reddit.
Ah. Yeah.
See, Reddit is while I'm taking a shit in the morning. YouTube is while I'm going to bed at night.
Fair
Okay.
enough. Yeah. See, I don't have TV, so YouTube, like the few content people I
Right?
actually follow, like that's just what I watch for TV. But
Yeah. Going
Oh,
to
well.
videos on the barbecue? No. I don't. Social events do not make good video.
yeah, you should just come, BB.
Yeah, just come. Yeah,
Yeah.
hang out. We don't need to make a video. It did happen even without video.
Rain or shine.
What's a Facebook?
What's a Facebook? The book of faces.
Yeah.
Dan is the most stubborn presentation person in the automotive YouTube. I will not debate that. I'm probably my own worst enemy for subscribers. I can fully admit that if I was a different personality, we'd probably have 1 million subscribers. Two things: if I had tits and I was attractive, and if I wasn't such a stubborn asshole, I probably would have 1 million subscribers. But
Fair enough.
I've got a love it or hate it personality, and whatever. That's who I am. I can't. I'm not gonna change. I can't act. You guys saw my video where I got arrested. I can't
Oh, it
act.
was great. Come on.
That's the best acting I can. That's all I got. That's all I got.
If you had an actual director giving you like direction,
No,
you could act.
dude. When I start doing stuff, I start like laughing to myself.
Oh, I know.
Like,
By
when I
the
was,
way,
like,
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Finish your story.
I was just saying, when I was like pushing my own face against the glass, I was laughing to myself.
I know.
This is so dumb.
I felt it because I was pushing your face in the glass too. But when I did give you a subtle direction, you took it well. So I think
I mean, I'm above like humiliation, right? I've already
Yeah.
there's 2,800 videos of me being humiliated, so we're fine with that. We've gotten past that.
What I was gonna say is, if anybody watches Saturday Night Live,
Oh, that video?
did you watch it, Dan?
Yes, it was good.
Okay, it's a video where Ryan Gosling and Mikey Day play Beavis and Butthead, and it just came out recently. And
Oh,
the
no.
cast starts laughing, and they can't stop, and it's really funny.
that's
If you
awesome.
haven't seen it, go look it up on YouTube. There's a clip of it on there, and it's pretty hilarious.
All right, I'll have to check
Especially
that
if you know who Beavis and Butthead is.
Thank you. That was Tyler came up with. Well, I kind
You
of
guys-
came up with
yeah.
the basic plot, and then Tyler turned it into a real script.
Yeah.
out. Yep.
That was some teamwork making the dream work.
It was fun to do. That's for sure.
I unsubscribed from popular YouTube channels because I think they lost their mojo. This channel is great. Thank you. You know what's funny is I get a lot of people telling me, and this is depressing. They're like, "I used to watch your YouTube channel, and now I don't." And I'm like, "Well, thanks."
Yeah.
Like, this was weird. Okay, this was funny. And if the guy watches this, I'm sorry, but I'm going to use it as an example. But this guy calls us this week. He's like, "Hey, I want to sell you my car." I'm like, "Cool." So we start discussing the car and whatever. And he's like, and it's like, while I'm trying to compute the value of this car, he's like, my wife and I used to watch your YouTube channel all the time. I'm like, "Oh, okay, thanks." He's like, "Yeah, we don't watch anymore." I'm like, "Oh, okay." He's like, "Yeah, I don't know what happened, but you changed. And so we don't like it anymore." And I'm like,
Thanks.
thanks. fuck you. You know, like, how am I supposed to respond to that? Like,
And by the way, I don't want your hoopty.
yeah,
Yeah.
and by the way, here's a shitty offer on your car. Bye. I was like, what do you want me to say? So I responded. I was like, well, you know, everyone changes. Because I don't know what to say to that. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
I used to want to watch used to want to buy your car, but now I don't want to anymore.
yeah, like, okay, thanks, man. Like, I'm sorry that, like, you know, people. I get this a lot. People are like, oh, you used to like work in your garage and stuff, and it's like, well, you know, like that was 7 years ago when I had a real job that was 9 to 5, and I got paid real money, and now
Yeah.
I'm playing a YouTuber, and I tried to start a business. So, like, you know, I don't know if you guys know this, but like, I have a mortgage, and so I got to do things to pay the mortgage.
And so do
What?
I.
And
No.
so Josh, yeah, it's like Josh and I are fighting to pay our mortgages every month. And so we got to do things that make money, which means sometimes we're not doing things that are quite as entertaining as we used to. Like, you know, and also it's like I can't feign screwing up an oil change anymore because I know how to do an oil change. So like when I pull that drain plug on the 430, I'm standing back because I don't want to get sprayed with 11 gallons of oil or whatever. So
Dan went to war today and lost. I think he lost the war but won the battle.
Yeah.
How about that?
I talked about this in the early video. So if
Oh, did you?
We're all done. Go back and watch it. But
okay.
yeah, I had
I
to
came
debate
in
it.
late.
It was, yeah. I'm not.
Yeah.
Like I said, I didn't hit my goal, but I did okay. I got, you know, like my expectations were I was not gonna get my goal, but I got closer to my goal than the starting point. Like I moved it. I got more than 50% of what I wanted, so I
And
consider
by
that
the
a
way,
win.
Yeah.
it's not multi-million dollar. I wish that
Yeah,
was
right.
true.
Yeah.
It's $1 million.
Oh man. Ryan asked if that was my directorial debut, and the short answer is no. But I would not say I directed that video at all. Produced,
Oh man,
not directed.
I've been watching your channel since before you changed it to normal guy. I think it was just Daniel Hurlbert.
Wow.
Wow, that's some ancient crap. Funny story. Guess who came up with the name Normal Guy Supercar? Not me.
I know the answer, so I'm not saying anything.
Wine?
Wine came up with the
Alcohol?
answer. Alcohol came up with the answer. We all got drunk and someone was like, Normal Guy Supercar. We're like, okay, that's great. Well, there's always insurance fraud. Correct answer.
When worst comes to worst, you know.
Yep.
Right. No, that was like, it was funny. I started off the tax assessment argument debate, whatever. What do you call? What do they call that? It's
Arbitration.
no, it wasn't arbitration. It was dispute or whatever. Protest.
Oh yeah, protest. Yeah.
Protest.
Protesting.
I started off the protest when I'm like, I'm just gonna tell you, if it's worth 1.25 million, I will sell it tomorrow for 1.25 million.
What did they say to that when you said that?
She laughed a little. I'm like, it's not worth 1.25. And she said, okay.
Jeez.
I was like, that's an insane assessment. But yeah, I went through the whole thing in the beginning of the video. I suppose maybe I should do a like detailed video about that, because it could be helpful to others.
Yeah.
Even though it's not
Maybe.
car related, it is business related, which I like.
I mean,
doing.
every county in Texas is different, and then every state is different. So
It's
it's
true.
like, yeah, I don't know, maybe.
I could just go through, because there's certain things that I probably kind of come in better prepared that maybe have gotten me a little bit more.
Yeah. I've heard this too about the SF90.
Oh yeah, no, they are.
They're selling for under sticker now.
Wow.
They've fallen from grace. Nobody wants a Ferrari hybrid.
Yeah.
I don't.
Even
I
the
mean-
296 used at 415 is like, who's buying this?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know, man.
Like,
Everyone
I like-
says it's a great car, but I don't think it's worth that much money.
Yeah, I like the way it
Right?
looks, but
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the secondary concern, was like, don't piss off the tax assessor, because They literally have the ability to adjust my life thousands of dollars right now.
They use a freaking computer algorithm to do everything. They don't do any
Yeah.
real work.
Shut up, Josh! You're not
Yeah.
gonna watch it.
I mean, I'm just.
They're listening.
They're listening on. Come on, shut up! Don't listen. I'm gonna delete what she just what he just said. No. Anyway,
What will
That's
happen to a Ferrari hybrid in 10 years? I mean, look at hybrid
Exactly.
cars now that are 10 years old. They're all still fine. But the
Yeah.
problem with the Ferraris is they don't get driven. And when a battery sits there and is not cycled, that's when they fail.
goes to crap.
Yeah.
So
Well,
if you
look at-
have a
look at-
Ferrari hybrid and you drive it regularly, then it should be fine for 10
Look
years.
at, look
But
at the
after
law
10 years-
Ferraris. There's already a bunch of law Ferraris needing battery replacements, and
Yeah.
the battery replacements are like $400,000.
Really?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Jesus. How do they justify that? That's
Because-
ridiculous.
Ferrari.
Yeah. That's
It's got a Cavallino on it.
Someone
It's the
should-
same battery they put in a freaking Tesla. Same
Yeah.
someone should
technology.
sue him for that. Yeah.
Their Tesla batteries don't have a Cavallino.
Yeah, I think TG here is probably right. At some point in the future, maybe they make something that
Like a
gets rid of the
battery
hybrid
delete?
system, hybrid battery bypass or something.
But that's
Yeah.
the other hard part.
The problem
they're
is the
harder.
transmission and everything's so integrated on a hybrid car that it would be probably pretty damn hard to do that.
Yep.
This is why I like the 458 and older, because
Yeah.
they're simple cars.
Everything's fixable on them.
Yeah, there's
It's not a
nothing.
huge deal.
There's nothing in a 458 or older that scares me about fixing as a regular human being without like a electrical engineering degree.
Yeah, even a 488 would be okay.
I would do a 488, even arguably even the F8, although they're still like super expensive. But
They have more high tech that can brake
Yeah.
with
yeah,
the
but it's more of
suspensions and everything.
I guess
The
but it's more of
458
a-
is pretty basic.
It's still pretty basic. Yeah. And there's aftermarket shit for it already. It's like you can upgrade the turbos and whatever, because people are like, oh, the turbos in the F8 or the 48 blow up. It's like, well, then buy better turbos.
Yeah, replace the turbo.
I mean, if you pull off the wheel liner on a 488, the turbo is right there. Pretty easy to change out.
well, it's part of the manifold, so you just unbolt all that and bolt a new one in, and you're good to go.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So if a Ferrari never has any mileage, does it mean the owner are rich enough to buy them but not rich enough to suffer depreciation? What are they holding on? I think it's a lot of the really rich people have so many cars that they don't drive them.
Yeah.
They don't have the time, or they have too many cars.
And the
Or-
guys that have 2 or 3 don't want to put the miles on because they don't want to take the depreciation.
I have to say, there's this weird thing, and I still don't understand it, of like buying a car to make money on the car. It's a car. You should be buying the car to enjoy the car, not to make money.
Yeah.
So like, if you're buying a car because you want to make money, you're playing the wrong game, because you're going to get screwed, right? Just ask Josh and I. We play that game every day.
Yep.
Oh man, Sammy Hagar had to delay his Barrett Jackson auction because of bad battery on his LaFerrari.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
Oh, so sorry
I
for
feel bad for him.
man, it sucks. I like this. I'm not saving my wife or my SLS for the next guy.
That's a good. That's well said.
Cheers to that, man. Good job.
Yep. That should be a bumper sticker.
Right?
Some people buy a Ferrari and don't drive it, and they like to have it in their garage and just go and look at it and start it up and whatever. And that's their, that's what they envision owning a Ferrari is. And if that's what they like to do, then more power to
Yeah.
them.
If they get enjoyment out of that, good for
Yeah,
them.
if they like that, then fine. But if they're buying it to, let's see if I can own this and make some money and whatever, that's like,
I feel
you're
like
not a
there's
real
better-
car person.
There's better ways to make money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess
Third
that.
car choices. What does that
Yeah.
mean? Third car.
I mean, I've got my truck. My wife's
Your
got
third
a Mini,
favorite car?
and I've got a Scud. So there's number
Yeah.
3 is the Scud.
Well, third car choice for me. I have a utility vehicle. I have a supercar. Third car would be a piece of shit I can take downtown and not worry about.
Ooh,
You need a Tesla, Tyler, a cheap Tesla commuter
Yeah.
Oh,
car.
that's a good idea, dude.
That would
oh,
be like that would round out your 3-car collection pretty good.
Yeah.
we can get you a cheap Tesla.
Oh,
wholesale.
you want a Tesla? We
We
got
can get you a cheap Tesla.
hundreds of Teslas to pick
Dude,
from
all
Hertz
of
if you
all
want
of the
one.
Hertz rental cars are
Oh.
being dumped on the market right now.
Okay.
They send us an email literally every single day.
Holy
every
cow.
single day trying to get us to buy a Tesla.
Man.
I bought one.
Yeah.
I sold mine and I bought one of the Hertz ones because it was like a couple years newer with half the miles for the same money. And I was like, yeah, that I'll do that.
Dang. All right.
There are 2022 and 2023 Teslas for like half of retail.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I really needed a third car, I would do it. But I don't need a third
Actually-
car.
Seriously,
Yeah.
any of you watching right now, if you need a daily driver Tesla, we can get you a cheap Tesla.
We can hook you up. Tell
There
us
you go.
what color you want
Yeah.
and how much you want to spend. and we'll
They
find
sent
you.
us
Oh,
they
there's
sent
my
us a
thumbs up
list
again.
of, what was it, like 3,000 cars, right?
Yeah.
Holy cow. Normal guy electric car. Here we go.
I mean whatever, dude, if we can hook people up for cheap, I don't care.
Oh yeah.
If we can make a little bit here and there, we'll do it. We're cool.
Yep.
I mean, it's not our bread and butter, but whatever. We'll hook you up, bro.
I mean, there are some that we could probably get for under 20 grand with miles on them.
Jeez.
I feel like that's like the ultimate daily driver.
Oh yeah.
Own it for 3 to 5 years and then get rid of it before the battery blows up.
Well, the
Right.
thing is if you buy one of these Hertz ones, it still has the 10-year, 120,000 mile warranty on the battery and the drive unit that follows the car. So that comes with it.
Okay.
And the car will still have a 4-year, 50,000 mile warranty on everything else. It's still good for a couple more years.
Dang.
So it's still fully under warranty.
Ah, yes. I remember the Great White North and not seeing your car for half the year. I'm so
Yep.
glad I don't have to deal with that anymore.
Yep.
There's a lot of stuff coming up. So there's the FCA Hill Country Drive coming up early May. I'm going on the that rally with Scott in mid-May.
Hmm.
There was something else coming up. Oh, we got the barbecue in May.
Hanging at the hangar.
Yep, that was the Fry Drive early May. What else? Anything else? I can't think of. But yeah, we got a lot of stuff coming up. So
Nice.
May's gonna be busy, very busy.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. You
I love
going
it
on
when
any,
some. What's that?
are you going on any of those, Tyler?
No, I can't do the hanging at the hangar one because I have a work trip that gets back that day.
boo.
Yeah. Oh well.
Gets back on Friday or Saturday?
Friday late.
You can come Saturday.
Whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
It was like extending the dog sitter and stuff now. Now it's even more expensive. And it's like
Yeah. Yeah, I hear you.
I'm just done with it. I guess here's a question to close out the day here.
Yeah, we're getting there.
Yeah. So 48 and 720s are all in the same price bracket. Kind of starts off 720s coupe, 48 coupe, 720 Spider, 48 Spider. So what do you
Yeah,
do?
all between like 200 and 250, 275.
280 on the high end
Yeah.
for the 48s.
Yeah.
What do you do? I don't know.
720.
48.
I figured this is gonna be split here, so it's up to the group here. But now coupe or Spider.
Spider.
Coupe.
See, I think Ferrari probably coupe.
Ferrari
McLaren
coupe.
Spider.
Ferrari coupe. McLaren Spider for sure.
Agreed
Yeah.
on that point.
Okay, agree on
I
that.
feel like the McLaren Spiders look the same, and the chassis doesn't flex, so you don't lose anything.
I just the McLaren just looks so much more aggressive than a 488.
It does.
I just like the look of them. Like it looks
I-
out of this world, whereas the 488 just looks kind of like an upgraded 458. I don't know. I'm not saying they look bad.
No,
I like
it looks
the way
like
they
an
look.
upgraded 458.
And the 720 feels just way faster.
It does.
It does. But the 488 with a tune.
But now you're
I feel like
You're back
even the
into 720
488 with a
pricing.
tune, with a 488 with a tune, is fast and everything, but it doesn't scare you like a 720 does. And you can
But
get
I
a
don't
tune
wanna
on
be
a 720
scared. I
and
wanna
get even
be-
more power.
Yeah. But then, like, long term, you really trust that 720 not going to break?
I mean, they're
mean-
better. They're better than the older McLarens, but
Yeah,
I
but
don't
I
know.
mean,
I would roll the dice on it.
I would not.
If I wasn't a DIY person and everything, then I would go with the Ferrari.
yeah.
But we can work on them, so I would do the 720.
I just
Interesting.
don't trust that damn thing.
Yeah. That's the hard
if,
part.
If the reliability was the equal, that I would take the 720.
Yeah.
Or if you could get parts and computer stuff as easily as the 488.
Yeah.
'Cause I
Now,
feel like the ease of ownership on the 488 is going to be higher than the 720.
yeah. But if you get a 720 with extended warranty, how does that change your
I
thought?
fucking hate warranties. I just
know.
hate warranties.
But at least all that big ticket shit's just give it to the dealer and like good luck.
Yeah, but then I got to take it to Houston or Dallas every
And that
time.
warranty, isn't it like $7,000 a year or something crazy?
Something like
Crazy
that.
shit.
It's-
Yeah,
not
I'll,
cheap.
I'll roll the dice.
Oh hell no! I honestly, after everything I've seen of McLarens, I would never personally own a McLaren without a warranty. They are as shitty in reliability as everyone says,
It's fair.
and it's the problem is it's not that they're unreliable. It's they're unreliable and you can't fix it yourself.
Yeah.
Like if
There's
it
a
was
lot of
unreliable.
stuff you can fix, but the electronic stuff is where it gets a
Right,
little.
but that's the problem is there's so much
Yeah.
electronic crap.
Yep. Yeah, that's the hard part. But they're so engaging to drive. That's why it's like shit.
I
Yeah.
mean, they are
They're
fun
so-
as hell.
They're so good to drive.
The
It's so
720 Spider is just such a good car.
Yeah,
It's so
orange,
fun.
That orange one we had was
The orange one we had
Oh,
was the
God.
shit.
it was
Yeah.
amazing. It really was. It was seriously one of the coolest cars we've ever had.
Yeah.
Yep.
Uh,
Well,
yeah.
fair enough.
The funny thing is, if the reliability on McLarens were high, those cars would all be worth a lot more money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and their bad reputation got started off with them replacing transmissions instead of waiting for parts.
Yep.
So it was never really an issue to begin with. So how does that bad perception affect like what we're just talking about right now? Like it maintains with it. Like Ferraris break, all cars break. It's a mechanical
Well, and at this
thing.
point too, you go on eBay and you can get just about any used part for any McLaren now.
It's true.
It's not a big deal. They're expensive, but
But
so
until
is
the
Ferrari
computer-
stuff.
until the computer barks at you.
yeah,
Yeah.
until the computer's
True.
upset. But
Yeah.
there's now readers so you can get for like $1,800. Like
Well, yeah. So then you just buy that and you're good. And if we, Tyler, if we had that reader, would we have able scan? Would we have been able to figure out the issue on your car with the proper scanner?
it probably well we would have still had to swap sensors around and figure it out, but probably
It would have pointed us to the right spot, though.
yeah, because we could actually read the values instead of just getting a code.
Okay.
So yeah, I don't know. Things I'm thinking about. YouTube.
An interesting question. I think as soon as I lock down an A12 replacement allocation, if I let go of the A12, thoughts, of course, this is after we find out if the devaluation tour is happening or not.
Well, you gotta. I thought you were gonna bring the Lusso maybe on the tour.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. With that new exhaust, I
Yeah.
have to bring the A12.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jeff, you're bringing the A12 because I want to hear that. Yeah, I don't. No, the 675 LT is definitely not the best McLaren.
No.
It's actually one of the crappiest.
He says it's built the best.
No,
I don't
it's
know.
not. It's actually built terribly. It's a piece of shit. It is. I'm sorry. The 675 is like they pushed it too far. They grenade the engines. They're crap. They're not a good car. It sucks because it's a really cool car,
Yeah.
but I don't think it's a good car. I
That's
think
one of those cars you don't modify. Period. because
Yeah, you
it's
can't.
already on its edge of its
Right.
performance.
Yeah.
They built it to the limits of that platform.
Yeah.
It's not a I don't I mean it sucks because I really like the 675 LT,
beautiful,
but I
yeah.
would not want to own one.
Yep.
The 765 LT is pretty awesome, and the
Well.
720. Yeah,
Or a 600 LT.
the 600 LT is a really good.
We saw the coolest 600 LT run through the auction. It was a red coupe with the roof scoop.
Ooh,
It was badass, but
Senna seats.
nice.
Senna seats, like it was a cool spec.
All right. Except they're
But,
all recalled. So
Yeah,
And it had a check engine light on.
yeah,
and we're like,
of course it does.
we can't
We
risk
can't
it.
roll the dice on that. Sight unseen, a check engine light on a 600 LT.
Yeah. Probably.
Dan was
probably
like,
been
let's,
tuned and
let's,
blown
let's do it. And I was like, no.
That roof
no.
scoop alone would be worth half the cost.
I
of the
know.
car.
So,
I know.
you should never have to replace the clutch on the Ferrari California. It's a dual clutch.
DCT.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a do some more research. Your question is invalid.
Yeah.
All right.
Lots of new cars have recalls. I wouldn't worry about that.
Yeah, recalls don't scare me, but
Yeah.
whatever. Anyway, all right. It's 9:31. We're gonna call it quits. So
Cool.
I don't have a way to play the exit
Oh, that's right.
thing. I could play the intro thing.
Eh.
No, I'm just gonna end it.
All
We
right.
done.
Bye.
We done. So yeah. Anyway, we'll see you guys next week. Thanks for joining us and watch our videos. And real quick before I go, where is it? Here. Join us if you would like to on May 11th. Go to ngsc.me/barbecue, and we're having a barbecue, and he's making barbecue. It's $20 to show up, and you can hang out, drink beer and stuff.
Yeah.
There you go.
Perfect.
All right. That was good enough. All right. I've done my job.